Hey guys, my name is Cobus. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I have been unable to play on a real drum set for the past almost a month and a half, I think. So I haven't been able to play drums for a month and a half. And I think a lot of guys struggle with the same thing. I think a lot of you guys don't have access to drums and you have the same problem that I've been experiencing for the past month and a half. So I thought it would be a good idea just to share my ideas and not techniques, but just my ideas and kind of things that I try to do to stay sharp and stay in practice, even though I don't have access to a drum kit. So the first thing that I do is that I listen. And I know that sounds incredibly broad, but basically what I do is I just try and find inspirational, motivating drum clips. Lately, I've been really into Benny Greb stuff. I love watching his videos. It really inspires me. So the first thing that I do is listening. And what this also entails is air drumming. So putting headphones on, locking the door of your room to make sure nobody walks in on you looking like a madman. But air drumming is really important for me. It's usually the first step when I start jamming along to covers that I might record. I always just like putting headphones on and air drumming along to some songs that I might want to cover. It really makes you feel like you're kind of part of the band, especially if you've got a really good imagination. And I think it practices muscle memory. It gives you a good workout if you get really into it. So what I really like to do is air drum as well. If I don't have access to anything, I just use this motion. And if I have access to drumsticks, I'll just use the actual drumsticks to do air drumming with. So if you don't have access to sticks, you can just do that, but if you have access to sticks, then air drumming is also really cool. So the first thing that I do, like I said, is that I listen and I really try to keep my ears sharp even though I'm away from the drums. The second thing I do is I try to see rhythmic potential in everything. So everything makes a noise, everything has a tone. Some tones sound good, some tones sound bad, but I think everything makes a sound. And before I could afford a drum set, I had this practice bike with pillows on it, and I had two drumsticks and it made sounds. It didn't sound like a drum set at all, but it was rhythmic and it definitely helped a lot. It played a big role in the first few months of my playing. So I'm just going to take that idea and take it to ridiculous proportions. And as you can see, I've got this drum set in front of me that isn't really a drum set. It's just tons of things that make different sounds and we mic them up and I'm just going to have some fun. But basically all I want to illustrate is that if you're able to see rhythmic potential in anything, then you'll be able to produce rhythm anywhere with anything. So I'm just kind of trying to instill in you just a new perspective, maybe to think about things a little bit differently and try to approach them a little differently. So I'm just going to play a little bit and see how it sounds. Lastly, this is what probably most people have access to. Well, not most people, I think many people have access to a practice pad and some sticks and a bass drum practice pad. And so the combination of these things actually give you the capability of practicing some really cool stuff. What I've been doing for the past month and a half, not having access to an actual real live awesome drum set, is that I've been playing on a DW Practice Anywhere kit. It's pretty much the same thing. It's got a few more pads, but it's basically just bass drum practice pad and then a few other practice pads. But what I've been doing, the things that I've been exercising, is mostly drills. So I'm really focusing on technique. And the cool thing about just having these things is you don't have any other distractions. So usually when you're practicing on the kit and you really want to get your finger technique down or wrist technique, or you want to work on ghost notes, then you do that for 5 minutes and then you get distracted and you go into your favorite groove. And then you get distracted and you just play other stuff. So what this does, it really focuses you because you have no other options pretty much. And so what I've been doing is a lot of drills, like I said. So I've been really practicing My wrists, especially my left wrist, I really want to get my singles up to speed. So I've been doing stuff like this. Just for like long periods of time, and I'd even do like 8s on one hand and then 8 notes on one hand, 8 notes on the other hand. Just like boring drills like that. It really motivates you when you do that for like a day or two in a row and you see the results because you're actually putting in the practice time. So it might be a little boring or a bit tedious to get through, but the results are incredible if you focus like this. So there's actually a huge benefit not having access to a kit and to being forced to practice on these things. So you can really sharpen up your technique. I've been working on, like I said, wrists. What else have I been doing? Doubles. I've been working a lot on my doubles. I'm not going to play that because it's not as smooth as I want it to be, but I've been practicing a lot of doubles. A lot of heel-toe stuff. Especially focusing on my left foot. I played a lot of hurtas on the 2 pedals. So if you can get access to these things, taking all these 3 lessons into account, listening, thinking of everything with a rhythmic potential, whether it be your desk at your job or that ridiculous contraption that we built, and maybe getting a practice pad and even a kick drum practice pad. Putting all these 3 things together, I think you can do a lot of practicing and make a lot of progression, move forward aggressively and fastly without a kit. So you don't need a kit. It's not a deterrent. Drummers usually have a lot of ingenuity, so we're able to do a lot with a little if we put our minds to it. So don't be upset. If you don't have a drum set, you can still practice and be a beast. So those are 3 things that I usually focus on when I don't have access to a kit and I don't want to suck because I don't get to practice. They really help me a lot to kind of stay on my game and stay sharp. And so I really hope you enjoy these lessons. I hope you can apply them. If you don't have a kit, I hope they help you. I actually have a whole package full of lessons covering everything from how I learned how to play drums by ear, some of my favorite fills, grooves, grip, basic technique, tons of stuff. It's pretty much everything I know. Like I said, it's called the Cobus method. It's actually on a really good special right now. So if you guys want to check out more information about that, you can just click the link in the description box. And once again, thanks for watching this. I really hope it means something to you. You guys have been asking for stuff like this for a long time, and I'm glad that I get to tell you what I do when I don't have access to my kit. So just please leave a comment and tell me what you think of these lessons, because this was kind of weird and different. And if you appreciate it, then I'll do more of these. And thanks for the support, and thanks for watching.